Tristan and I, we're in really sensitive times.
I don't think you deserve Khloe.
Tristan has been such a hands-on dad.
Mom is too nice sometimes.
She is.
Okay. All right. Okay. Okay. I cannot stand this man. I think that he's just done so many bad things to Khloe. I have nothing against him in terms of the co-parenting situation. Do I want to know how that's going? Sure. But like the fact that he is getting screen time and getting the opportunity to make money off of Khloe's journey and Khloe's hard work and Khloe's show, I can't. I really can't. To know that Kris might be taking his side makes me a little bit sad. I think that she feels a lot of empathy and sympathy towards him because of the loss of his mother. I feel like that's when she really wrapped her arms metaphorically and literally around Tristan when he lost his mom. So maybe she just really feels for him, but that doesn't mean that we excuse the past actions that have been done, despite the fact that there is a blood connection now to your family. You know what I mean? So I don't know how you ladies feel. I'm curious to know. I also have to say, and then I'll turn it over to, we'll kick it off with Hibba, but I love the fact that Kourtney, that might be my favorite Kourtney moment in all of history, is her telling Tristan that Khloe, that he does not deserve Khloe. Simply put. All right, Hibba, what's your reaction?
I agree. That's classic Kourtney. Very blunt, straight to the point. Does not give an F. She will tell you how it is. I gotta say, whenever when Kris said that he's such a hands-on dad, no one gets credit for being a hands-on mom. Like, I don't understand. These are your children. That's what you're supposed to be doing. You're supposed to be existing in their lives. Like, you don't get a gold star for being a present dad. Like, that's the thing. It's such a double standard, and he should not be praised for that. I mean, you're supposed to be doing those things. That's what I'm saying. So that's also, I feel like, a red flag in Kris's eyes that she needs to kind of start being awoken to. Yes, I'm sure there is also pity of like, oh, but we want everyone to get along, being the matriarch of that family. But there's also reality that comes with it. And, past actions, like you said, Hannah, that can't be excused. And he shouldn't be, lowballed or just get a slap on the wrist. Like, there needs to still be accountability. And again, I don't know why it's hard because now they have 2 children together. So Khloe's like really in it with this man. And, he is the baby daddy. So it's not like it's just a divorce, like peace, never going to see you again. Like, they have kids that are going to connect them for the rest of their lives. So he's not going anywhere, unfortunately. But Kris praising him, it's just like, come on, girl. Like, you have so many kids. Like, you should know best of like what is actually worthy of someone being present in your life. But I mean, again, subjective, couldn't be me. But yeah.
Let's stop giving men big gold stars for doing the bare minimum. Those are your children.
Yes.
Of course, you need to be present in their lives. Then you'd be just deemed as not a good father if you were not present in their lives. And the
Right.
fact, first of all, the reason why, like, Khloe is one of my favorite Kardashians. Okay, did I like the fact that there was countless times where she could have seriously left this man, especially the first time he cheated? Absolutely. It's okay, you live and you learn, but hopefully we don't see that again, because then I can't forgive her after that. But I have to give credit to this person for not only like, he had just lost his mom, and now, from what I know, he has a brother who is unfortunately disabled that was under the care of Tristan's mom. And now Khloe has taken him in, helping out, not just like obviously raising her own kids, but also help with the situation with that. And then, we saw in the last season, Khloe just ran to Tristan's side, make sure they help with everything post his mother's death, with like any paperwork or whatever it may be. Like, we have to seriously give a gold star to Khloe for doing that, because honestly, I wouldn't think of any other person who would be like, this man has done me so wrong and done me so dirty. Why should I help him in any sort of way? So the fact that she's able to put all that aside to make sure that he's okay and he's doing okay is beyond what anybody else would do. And with Kris, yeah, I don't understand why this woman is so forgiving, especially to those who have done her daughters so wrong. Like I said, it was the same thing with Lamar. Even Scott, I think I what clicked in my brain was I remember this episode from Keeping Up was they were throwing like some sort of party and they were thinking about inviting Caitlyn, and Caitlyn is technically the father of Kendall and Kylie, and they didn't know if they wanted to invite her. And this was after the whole like book scandal thing happened, but they wanted to invite Scott, and Scott was no longer with Kourtney at that point. There had been broken up, and he's like, "Well, Scott is like the father of my grandkids," and he's like, "Well," and Kendall was like, "Well, he was your husband for 20 years. Caitlyn was your husband for 20 years and is my father, so why can't he be invited?" So it's like, she just chooses to take the wrong sides almost, or like is just too nice and maybe it's just a little too forgiving. We have to stop, like, I would think Kris Jenner, who is like Miss Boss Woman, would put her foot down at some point. I get it, he's the father of your grandkids, but also, yeah, he has to be a present dad, but that doesn't necessarily mean we should like award him with so much forgiveness.
Right. Oh gosh, yes. I agree with everything both of you said. Yeah, I think it's a matter of like forgive but don't forget. I mean, also the man is in his upper 30s at this point too. I can even look and have a little bit of forgiveness, even if you want to look back to maybe the kiss that took place. If he were like a 22-year-old man or whatever, I still rule that in my head to be equivalent to like an 18-year-old. It's a different phase of life. For him to have made the amount of mistakes at his age with his caliber and especially with who it's just inexcusable. So
Mhm.
I agree. I think that we should not be forgiving him to the point where we're forgetting. I think that we should, let him co-parent and everything like that. But also, what makes me sad is Chloe saying that she's single. But have we heard of Chloe trying to move on at all post Tristan in any way, shape, or form since all of this happened? No, like this is the one where in the family that she has not really had the opportunity to move on and to try to date. And that makes me super sad because I think that Chloe's a catch and she deserves a really great man. So I just don't understand. I wish that like she would find a common ground to where Tristan is not even again a part of this show. Just co-parent with him off screen and live your life and move forward. That way you can, start to invest in yourself. And even if you're not dating to marry, at least just so she can have the opportunity to go out there and to see what the dating pool is like and to finally get a good one. That's what I wish for
Mhm.
Chloe. And I just don't want this to continue to hold her back just because she's co-parenting so well. Doesn't mean that she has to put her life on hold either. She deserves a good guy. And as long as she's happy, I'm happy. But Kris Jenner, I love Kris so much. I'm curious to see what Kris's rationale is for her seeming to excuse and pardon Tristan in this upcoming season. So I'm intrigued. Any final thoughts in this before we move on to the next clip? I know we're all very passionate about this one.
Chloe deserves better. And Chloe should know her worth because she's a great mother. She has a great personality. Uh, and honestly, she is one of the, besides Scott, she is also one of the funniest on the show. Like she's my favorite. So if anyone deserves happiness, it's her.